You know what Cortland shared about the snail yesterday?
Mark's not looking at.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear myself back there now. All right, so you know what Cortland shared about the snail yesterday? I love that so much. And I wanted to ask, who has ever felt like the snail before? Right now, you know where the snail was like hanging, grouping on this side, and stretched all the way across, and then whoo, on the other side? And he was probably thinking in that moment, why am I doing this? That is how I feel right now. But that is what this business is all about, right? Personal growth, growing, stepping out of your comfort zone. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. And my hope today is that I might be able to say something, share something that sparks a feeling in you. I feel like it's all about the feelings. Spark something within you that will help you move forward and progress not only in just your business, but also your personal life, because that's what LifeVantage is about. So, I'm shaking. A little bit about myself. This is my family over here. Yes, we like to play dress-ups. I think my husband and I were more excited about dressing up than my kids. There's my hubby, Chad. And I've got 3 girls, Gracie, Kaylee, and Jenna. And we finally got a little guy, little Chasey, and we're done. They are my treasure. And over here are my parents. Actually, I should probably not even look at the picture, else I'll start crying. These are my parents, and they both play a significant part in my story and how I got here. I never thought I would be doing anything like this, ever. I grew up a dancer. I danced my whole life. I was passionate about it. I pursued it professionally, got to perform at Disney for a few years, and then a permanent injury took me out of that career like this. Wasn't quite ready for that, but it's all the good timing. I met my husband at the same time. We got married. I moved over here, and we started having our children and creating our own family. But it was at that time that life just got harder. We were in survival mode. I personally had lost my passion, my purpose. My husband was the same, and we just felt like we were in survival mode. I'm sure so many people can relate in some sort of way. It was at this time that my mother was diagnosed with a terminal diagnosis. But it turns out beautiful. Even though she's still not with us now, that is how this company came into my life. We learned about the products, and we saw the power of them in my mom's experience. And I knew this was the real deal. Couldn't wait to get the products into my own body. And I knew it was something that the whole rest of the world needed to be on, but I was like, not gonna do the business. No way. My dad, he's an entrepreneur. He's had a business his whole life. He was like, Carrie, this is an incredible opportunity. And I was like, but Dad, it's network marketing. No, thank you. So fast forward a year and a half down the road. He had never been out of the country before. He had just flown over here to spend some time with us. And he flew back home, and then he called me because he had heard that they were having the first event in Australia. And he had booked flights to turn around and come right back over for a week to take me to that event. Is that not love and commitment? I owe so much to him. I did not want to go to that event. I didn't tell him that, but I didn't want to go. And I sat there the whole thing with my arms crossed. And I was like, yeah, this is good, but it's network marketing. But they said, and I heard it multiple times, they said your business can only be as big as you are. You will only grow as big as your business. And that hit me. The last speaker, Pro 10 Marcel Niederhauser, he spoke about qualities of leaders versus qualities of followers. Now, little did they know that in my heart, the moment that I fell pregnant with our first child, I had a strong desire to become more. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be an open book and vulnerable and share that I had, I lacked up until that point, I had lacked self-worth, self-confidence. But when my daughters were born, this is the age that they were pretty much at that time of the event, and I knew that I wanted them to have self-worth and self-love and confidence. And I'd always been asking, how can I have this? How can I grow and grow and be more? Because I knew if I wanted them to be more, I had to be the example. I had to be more. So it hit my heart at that event that this was something I was supposed to do. This was that vehicle for me to have the desire that what I had been asking for so long. So I have a question for you. Are events important?
Yes.
Are they important? Yes. That event changed the course of my life. And not just my life, my daughter's, my little guy's life, my husband's, and the ripple effect continues outward. Okay, so that is why I'm here. There they are. They're my why, they're my heart. They drive me every single day to step out of my comfort zone. All right, so we're going to talk today about creating a team for life, because we are in this for life, right? We're in this to build a legacy. Is anybody else out there to build a legacy?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so when I thought about this subject, I thought, where do I even start? There's so much I wanted to share. And I thought about it, and I was like, okay, I got to narrow it down. And I thought, where does it start? It starts with you, right? It starts with you. So I thought, that's where we're going to go. We have to learn to lead ourselves first before we can even think about creating a team for life. So today we're going to focus on a few points that I feel it's missing the top. That's okay. Points that I feel that I hope can help you become more. And the first one, it doesn't say it over the top here, but it's supposed to, is to be yourself. To be you. You are unique. You are individual. There's nobody else out in that world like you. And you are needed in your team, in your home, in the company, and in the world. Be yourself. We have a proven plan system. And I'll tell you, that name Proven Plan, it is proven. And I learned that the hard way. We have a proven plan system, but it allows you enough grace to be yourself, right? Always be yourself. People can feel that, and that is how you're going to bring in the greatest results in your business and in your life. We have an internal guidance system, an internal compass. Every single person, I know you've all felt it at times. When things feel right, go and do. When things feel wrong, don't do it. It's that simple. And I feel if we can all learn how to tap into that a little bit more and help our team learn to tap into their intuition, whatever you want to call it, that internal guidance system, imagine what that can create in not only yourself, but your team for life that you are building. When you tap into your internal guidance system, you're going to receive inspired ideas for yourself. Those inspired ideas, act on them in 5 seconds. Have you heard of Mel Robbins' 5-second rule?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Act on them in 5 seconds, or else your brain talks you out of it. When you act on it in 5 seconds, you are taking action, and this is all about action, right? We cannot grow without action. But it's not just any action, it's not just out there doing action. You're taking inspired action. I feel like there's such a huge difference between just action and inspired action. That will create the greatest results. And like I said, teach this throughout your team. Help coach people to tap into this and imagine what you'll create. Okay, so we're going to talk about the rock. The top part of the presentation isn't showing up, but there's the rock. Okay, in a river, you've got the water, and then you've got a rock. So the water flows around objects. So now, I didn't come up with this. I think it was Eric Horry or somebody in the company. I'm not sure, but I've heard this before, and I loved it so much. So there's a river, and there's the water, and it flows around. If there's an object there, the water's going to flow around it, right? Then you have the rock. The rock is steadfast. It is immovable. It is strong. It is resilient. So in the beginning, usually in the beginning of coming into this profession, I'm sure you've all experienced this in some way. You're a little bit more like the water. You're out there sharing, and somebody said something, and you're like, oops, I'm just gonna tiptoe around. I'm just gonna tiptoe around them, and somebody else says something, and you let it influence you. You might be out there sharing, and then somebody says, what, you're doing that? Did you know those are pyramid schemes? And then you're like, what? Call whoever enrolled you. I didn't know you brought me to a pyramid scheme. You know, you let people influence you. But then there is a time where you become that rock. You become resilient. You have posture, belief, strength, passion. And I have seen it over and over again that is when your business will truly start to flourish. It can happen really quick. It can happen down the road. It's just how quickly can you get from being the water to the rock. Now, I've just put a few things. There's so many things that you could do to help you become that rock quicker. These are a few things that I have found important in my life. Action, inspired action. Action, I feel, is the quickest bridge from being the water to getting to the rock. It is going to build. The quicker you're out there taking action consistently, you are going to build that posture. You're going to build that confidence and that belief, the belief in the products, the belief in the company, the belief in the profession, the belief in yourself. And it is going to help you become the rock quicker. Acting as if, I think this is so powerful. If you're a brand new distributor, go out there and act as if you are a Pro 3, a Pro 5, a Pro 7, a Pro 10. If you're a Pro 5, act as if you're a Pro 7 or a Pro 10. How do we do that? We've got to learn what they're doing in their days, the mindset. Think to yourself, ask yourself, what would an elite distributor do right now in this moment? What would an elite distributor do in the morning when they wake up, first thing? How would they respond to this person? What are they thinking? We know it all starts in here. What are they thinking? Act as if that's going to usher it in so much quicker. Plug in. We know how important plugging it is. Events, trainings, plug into people who are extraordinary, people who are where you want to be. They are going to help rise you up to be there. Personal development, always be personally developing. All right, so the next heading was flowing through challenges. So not just going through challenges, but flowing through challenges. In life in general and in this business, you are never going to be able to avoid the challenges. The challenges are there for your growth. They are there for you to learn something. They are there for you to grow and become more. But I think it's so important to learn how to flow through them. First thing is always be proactive and not reactive. When a challenge comes, what is the first thought that comes into your mind? Are you going, okay, what's the solution? Thinking forward, not focusing on the actual problem, because that's just gonna create more problems and make it more bigger, but are you focusing forward? Where's the solution? What is the solution? What's an idea to help problem solve to get to where you wanna be? It's how you work through it. Always give others the benefit of the doubt. I know in my personal life when I haven't done this, I try so hard to be quick to turn it around, and the difference is incredible. Imagine that flowing through your team as you're creating this team for life. Always giving others the benefit of the doubt. Be quick to forgive yourself and to forgive others. We are human. We are gonna make mistakes. People are gonna make mistakes. That's why we're here, to learn and grow and become more. Always forgive yourself quickly and forgive others. Choose love. Trust the process. Where is Sam? Where is Sam? She's not here. Oh, she was here yesterday. Okay. So Sam taught me this. I always knew this, but she put it into words. And every time a challenge comes my way, it's like my mantra, trust the process, trust the process. Know that the challenge is there for your greater good. Where's your focus? Be looking for that rainbow in the cloud, in the storm. Be looking for the blessing in disguise. Be looking for the growth. Be looking for the lesson. So trust the process and know that everything is always working out for your good. Creating leaders. So to create a team for life, we have to have a leader, backed by leader, backed by leader, backed by leader, backed by leader. You get the picture, right? So my daughter brought me this quote, and I loved it because I thought, the most influential leaders in my life, what did they do? What were their qualities? And I just want to share that with you. To lead people, walk beside them. As for the best leaders, the people do not notice their existence. When the best leader's work is done, the people say, We did it ourselves. I love that. And how can they do that? Because they are empowering others. They are empowering them in every single way. Leaders are walking beside their people. They're whispering in their ears encouragement, praise, love, teaching them by example, walking beside them, maybe carrying them from time to time as well. The best leaders, we did it ourselves. They empower them enough that we did it ourselves. Light other people's paths, empower them. And we've spoken about this so much, and this is something that LifeVantage has got down. Create a home for people that they want to be a part of for a lifetime. You want to create a team for a lifetime, we have to have a home for a lifetime. It's all those beautiful qualities that attract people in, where they go, I want to be a part of this. And we do that so well as a company. We do that so well in Australia. We do that so well individually. Keep it up. Okay, just want to play this short video.
Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Yeah, let me just get it.
Are you hiding your light? Are you hiding your light? I think everybody could shine a little bit brighter, right? I think every single person in this world could shine a little bit brighter. We are meant to shine. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Do not hide your light. You are here to impact the world. It starts with you. And so I want to challenge you what I'm challenging myself for the new year, starting now, to rise up. I loved what Michelle said. What was it? Raise your standard, right? Yes. Rise up. Raise your standards. This happens by the small and simple moment-to-moment choices that you are doing in your days. Great things come to pass. Great teams are created by the small and simple choices that you are making day in and day out, and it starts in your mind. What's going on in here that forms your words, that forms your actions and your behaviors, which ultimately create your life. So who